Hiya! Welcome! So this is a fairly short video from me today because I wanted to show you what I picked up from eBay the other day. Some of you will know what this is, but then a lot of people won't. They'll think, what is it, some sort of kids radio or old cassette player? Well, no, it is an 8-track cartridge player, my very first. So I went on eBay just kind of looking at 8-track portables because I'd always fancied trying the format out. I came across this thing here. It's a Manta solid state 8-track portable, and it's in beautiful condition. I mean, from the photos I could tell it was like new. I mean, obviously the age of this is very old now. Even bidding on it was kind of a punt, really. Well, it wasn't a bid, I made a best offer. It was up at £120 and eventually I managed to knock them down to £60. So I got it and I thought, you know what, I'm going to see if it works, and if it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world because it is still a lovely ornamental piece, and I'll show you in more detail now. So it's got the carry handle, and don't let appearances fool you. This is surprisingly heavy. I mean, it's even heavier because there's 8 D-cell batteries that are put in. But even without the D-cells in the back, it's a relatively weighty thing. It's made from Bakelite. It's got that sort of old-fashioned Bakelite scent to it. So the front of the device, we've got a tone control here, which I think will be for like bass and treble, you know, just sort of getting the kind of warmth of the audio to the best of its ability. Then we've got the channel selector knob here. So we go through the 4 8-track channels just by twisting that knob, and then the volume dial is here on the right. I'll just show you around this side. So there is where you stick your 8-track cartridge. Obviously there's no play button anywhere on the device. It plays as soon as you shove it in and stops as soon as you take it out. Round the back, I really hate holding this because it is very heavy for a device of this size. Here's the battery compartment, and round on this side there's 2 ports there, one for an earphone and one for, would you believe, DC power. And this came with the original earphone, which I've not even taken out of its bag. I wouldn't use that, it's mono anyway, and I'd want to listen to it through the speaker on the device. And look how old this power supply is. I mean, it looks great. It's the proper one. Look, it's got the, if that'll focus, it's got the Manta logo on it. So I put D-cell batteries in. I've not actually tested it with the adapter. I wouldn't really want to use it with it, to be honest. I mean, it's the old 2-pin socket, like a kind of shaving plug socket or electric toothbrush plug socket. But what this does, because Manta is not a company I've heard of, it's been able to let me kind of date this device a little bit better because there was literally no information about it on the internet. And because of its 2-pin plug, I believe that this device is the latest it could have been manufactured. It's 1970. I think personally, and I could be wrong, but I'm relatively confident I'm not, but I think this is late 60s. I mean, it just screams 1960s design to me. Just as an ornament piece for my room, I'm really happy with it. However, I did want to find out if it would work or not. I mean, if I bought this and it was faulty and for whatever reason it just wouldn't function anymore, it wouldn't be the end of the world for me whatsoever because it just looks nice to display. But I didn't want to get it and not get my first 8-track cartridge tape to try in it. So I went on Bandcamp, and from an artist who I've collected on vinyl, mini disc and cassette, I bought the best of Anders Enger Jensen 8-track cartridge. Brand new 8-track. It's not an old thing, even though the format itself is very old now. originally came out in the 1960s. There's great videos from people like Techmoan on YouTube that go into more detail about the history of 8-track. But this is like a compilation that's only available on the format, and this is the first 8-track cartridge I've ever got. This arrived today, a couple of days after my Manta solid state 8-track player, and I thought, you know what, let's test it out. If it doesn't work, I've got a cool 8-track cartridge, my first in my music collection, and I've also got this beautiful bright red machine here as well. However, let me show you what happened when I did put the 8-track in. Now then, just turn that down a little bit. As you can hear, it is working. Now, on channel 1, it does sound like it's cutting in and out a little bit, so we're dealing with probably near 60-year-old components inside this. I mean, if it'd just been a case of trying to change a belt in it, I might have been able to do that. Clean the tape head, although when you look inside the cartridge slot itself, you can see the tape head really clearly, and it looked perfectly clean to me anyway. And there's other things, you know, pinch rollers, things like that, that may have needed a little bit of TLC, but anything electrical, and that's beyond me. But just the fact that this works out the box is just amazing. The sound on it, well, as you can hear, the motor is quite loud, but when you turn the music up, so it's just got on to track 2. I think it's at maximum volume now. So tone control's good actually, because it's sort of helping me just sort of get a slightly better, richer sound from the thing. So when you want to go to the next program on the 8-track, you just turn the knob. Now then, I think channels 2 to 4, there's something about those that they're functioning better. They don't seem to be cutting in and out like channel 1 does, but just the fact that it works at all, and the wow and flutter on it, obviously I can't test that, but it sounds pretty good. You know, I've heard all these tracks before because I've got them on vinyl and mini disc and cassette, and you know, this sounds really good. I mean, it's a mono speaker, so it's never going to be absolutely hi-fi, but just for something to play one 8-track tape on, I'm really delighted. So move along to program 3 or channel 3.
Simply press stop.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, to be honest. I was shocked that it worked just out the box. I mean, it took a couple of days for my cartridge to come from Norway, from Anders, for me to know for certain, but not even any oxidization on the tone or volume knobs. Any viewers of Techmoan will recognise this song. I had no idea this was on it actually. I don't actually own this on any other Anders Enger Jensen album. And we'll just give channel number 4 a try as well. So I'm not going to go through how an 8-track works or why the way of playing them, especially on a device of this age, is so different from playing a cassette, which is a similar format. A cassette is a better format, really, audio compact cassette. but I just want to give you a bit of a demonstration about how something that is between 55 and 60 years old, cosmetically it's in beautiful condition, as you've seen, but for all I knew it was absolutely dead inside, so it was a risk at £60. So back on channel 1 now. So it still sounds like it's cutting in and out a little bit, just the audio's sort of fading every so often, but it's listenable, and that's more than I hoped for, to be honest. So there we go. My first ever 8-track cartridge and my first ever 8-track player to play it on. Yeah, you can get much better items than this as hi-fi components, but I'm not really set up to do that. I wanted something that was ornamental first and foremost, but if it functioned as well, then that was an absolute bonus. And it does function, and I can't wait to properly listen to the best of Anders Enger Jensen on it. I don't think I'm going to buy any more 8-tracks unless there's like limited runs of brand new ones that come out. I know Matt Berry's latest album, Heard Noises, that did get a very limited 8-track release, and I nearly put an order in for it, but that was months and months ago, and before I even thought, well, maybe I want to get a little portable player to play around with. But that's got to be it from me. Hope you enjoyed this little video where I've shown you this 60-year-old, I would say, or getting on for 60, certainly over 55 years old, 8-track portable from Manta here. Special thanks to my wonderful subscribers and generous patrons. I'm going to go now. I'm going to listen to some more of this best of 8-track cartridge on this outstanding and beautiful device from the late 60s here. And I do hope that all of you will join me again next time for my next video. Cheers, everyone. See ya.